My top tip for writing a book of your very own would be to start off with an idea. It doesn't matter if that idea is then the beginning, middle or end of your book, as long as you've got something to start with. I'm not a very good planner, but try and get some kind of plan. I kept my plan in my head, which isn't always a good idea, but most writers tend to plan their entire book so they know roughly who's going to be there, what's going to happen and how it's going to end. It doesn't have to be pages, just a small plan. Then my advice would be to set yourself a goal to write every day. So maybe you would start off with 500 words, maybe you'd start off with 1,000 words, depending on how your idea is progressing, but do it every day. So even if you think you can't think of anything to write, try anyway, because that first attempt, as it were, is your first draft. And first drafts are never the final thing that you submit. It's just a matter of getting all those thoughts, all those ideas onto paper and then seeing what you've got to work with.
Watch documentaries, read newspapers, there may be just 1 or 2 lines that will spark an idea. Once I have a basic idea for a story, then it's going through the baby name book to find the perfect name, which takes actually weeks. I've got a lot of reference books where it talks about emotional drives and settings, and you make all these notes just so you produce characters that are real life people and put them into whatever situation it is that you're creating for them. You have to really work hard at it. Don't just write one thing, send it off. You've got to edit, edit, edit until you think it is perfect.
It's amazing once you start and just let your mind explore all these areas, that all the memories and imagination then takes over. And you just write that down on paper and then you start to put that into some kind of order.
Just go for it. Write with your heart, because at the end of the day, that's what gets you a story, because that's what I did. I wrote what I knew. I wrote about Ilford Lane, where I've spent most of my childhood, and I wrote about my family's heritage in my second story, Silence of a Deep River. And I wrote from my heart. And I think if you can learn to do that, grammar, spelling, English, sentence constructions, these things don't matter. You don't need a degree in creative writing to write a book. You need a heart.
I get my plots from my imagination, from things I've thought about over the years, from things I've read that have inspired me. I absolutely love Jane Austen. So if you've got a favourite author, I'm not saying plagiarise her, but write in her style if you don't know how to write in a particular style. But don't worry about spellings or grammar or anything like that at the start. Just write. And then, after that, you polish it. If you don't know anything about grammar, get a book about it, read it, ask people who do. Getting your story on paper, that's the most important thing. You can fiddle around with it forever. Well, not forever, because there's a limit to how soon the thing has to come in, but that's what I do, and it works for me.
You know what? If you think of entering the pen-to-print competition, just do it. Because the beauty of it is, even if you write something you think that's not good, someone else might think it's good. And that's the big thing. Sometimes we get disappointed that we write things and we challenge ourselves and think it's not very good. But actually, there's loads or hundreds of books out there in the library. Someone's written it and someone else is reading it. So get your pen out, get your fingers out, get typing, get writing, get to publish a book. So it's all about challenging your mind, and I would encourage people to take part in the competition, to start writing. Once you start writing, you will get there. And that's a message not just for you, it's for me as well, because eventually I want to write a book as well.